Put It Where You Want It by the Crusaders here on radio station WYCK. That's right, Wick, WYCK. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for coming. I hope you were intrigued by our topic this week. Looks like we're doing a series of webinars, having great attendance. I'm so grateful. This is your first time at a Floyd Wickman webinar. Thanks for coming. And if you've been here multiple times, thank you even more. Wow, it's such a great compliment to be invited back. So I think it's time for us to start. Yeah, Super Bowl is finally over. Finally, yeah. Wow, the year's finally off to a start. So, okay, we're gonna go down here to this. There you go. Here's our topic today, the 3 secrets of the top 1%. Now, the top 1% of what? That's what we're going to talk about today. 1% of what? Yeah. Here's a quote from Floyd that I want to start with today. Build close personal relationships with your clients and prospects. We call it CPR for your business. You betcha. And we're going to talk about why that's so important to have close personal relationships, meaning referral type, repeat business type relationships with your clients and your prospects. So I wanted to start by asking you if you'd like to connect for just a few minutes. In other words, I work with a group of people, and collectively we have 200 plus years experience working with salespeople in real estate to help them do better. And that's in our program. We also have collectively 30 years worth of coaching experience, coaching agents, both one-on-one and in groups. And if you do anything that long and for that much time, and you're paying like reasonable attention to what's going on out there, certain things start becoming clear to you. So I wanted to start with a few observations, see if you agree, because if you do, I believe this message will mean a lot more to you. In 2019, we had 1.2 million licensed agents. There are probably more, but that's the ones we could find. And they collectively closed 6 million transactions. So what I'm asking you to do is, let's do that math together. Divide 6 million by 1.2 and you get an average of 5 closings per person last year. Now that's just the average. But what does that say? Well, if you're trying to feed a family on 5 closings, I think you might be in a heap of trouble. But you and I know that the Pareto principle, more commonly known as the 80-20 rule, is what applies in real estate. And that means that 20% of the agents did 4.8 million closings. That also means 80% of the agents did the other 1.2 million. Yeah, 80% of the closings come from 20% of the agents. And the reverse is also true. 80% of the rest of the agents are fighting over the remaining 20%. But we need to take this little analogy a step further, because not only does the 80-20 rule apply to all the closings, the 80-20 rule applies among that 20%, meaning 20% of that group that did 80% of the closings are teams, meaning there's a lead agent who's taking credit for the production of the agents working underneath their license, almost like an old-time broker. So that means 4% of the agents, but we got to take that a step further, and the 80-20 rule applies to that 4%, because there are some businesses that are niche businesses. There are some businesses that have an average sale price well in excess of $1 million, which means 1% of the agents are doing half the commissions. This is an apocryphal story, but I know that it's true because I know the participants. Year and a half ago, the tallest structure residential structure in Manhattan went up, and the penthouse sold for 235 million. You heard me. One transaction, yeah, Barbara Corcoran's company had the listing, and Douglas Elliman's agent found the buyer. By the way, he was a rookie agent, his first year in the business. And how did he find that buyer? He took the Forbes 100 list and cold called. Wow. Yeah. So you take all those exaggerations in average sale price or in niche markets, and that means 1% of the agents earned half the commissions last year. The other 99% of the agents fought over half. Yep. 1%. And this is true not just in real estate. This is true of the distribution of wealth throughout the planet. 1% of the population of our planet currently has half of the world's wealth in their possession. 1% has half the wealth. And guess what, folks? They want the other half for themselves. They're trying to take it away from you. What's the message? Well, the message is you have competition right now. And there's three groups that are competing with you. The average real estate agent who wants to succeed, who wants to do well. Why? To fund a retirement, or to pay the mortgage, or to put your kids through school, or maybe even to help your kids pay off their college loans, right? We have dreams and wishes and hopes and expectations and goals because some of us need to succeed at this real estate business. And the competitors out there are, first of all, the people who are trying to distract you from real estate, from doing your job. Then there's the discounters, the ones who are willing to undercut. And why are they willing to do that? Well, you know why, and I know why, and we know why with all this experience. It's by and large because they're trying to take the other half of the business away. Yeah, and it's also because that's usually the only way they can compete for listings with a traditional brokerage. And then there's the third group, and they're in my opinion, the most dangerous group, the disintermediators. That means the people who are trying to get in between you and your client, and you and your prospect. You know who they are. And if you don't, go talk to a travel agent if you can find one. Yes, there are people in the big high-tech companies that are saying we can replace the real estate agent. That's what disintermediation means. Replace them with technology. And if not completely, then at least in part, and keep half their commissions for us. So that's who we're competing for our business for, which is why Floyd said, what is your best defense against the distractors and the disruptors and the discounters and the disintermediators? Well, we really only have one, and you already heard it, and that's to build close personal relationships with your clients and your prospects. They're out there shopping, and we need to get our face in front of them, our message to them before they even shop, so they work with us. Now, you don't have to work with everybody. You know, Floyd has said that many times. Biggest mistake new people make is thinking they have to work with everybody. You don't. Just work with your clients, because they'll work with you your way and not fight you every step of the way. And they will not argue about commission because they trust you, they like you, they respect you, they know you. That's if you build close personal relationships. And the top 1% of agents have one other secret. Well, it's really three secrets, and that's where the topic title came from today. They have three secrets, and those three secrets are wrapped up in this one designation, the Master Sales Society. That's a designation that Floyd has created, and fewer, if you want to be grammatically correct, less than 1% of the agents out there in North America have earned the designation member of the Master Sales Society. This is our website. It's floydwickman.com/MSS. Why select a real estate agent from the Master Sales Society? Why is less than 1% qualified and earned this designation? Because you have committed to three things: to continuous education, to a set of core values, and to a commitment to deliver world-class 5-star service. Now, here's what the website says. This is part of your pre-listing package that you send, that Master Sales Society members are committed to continuous education, to staying current with marketing, technology, and systems to serve their clients. That we adhere to a set of core values, to always live by the get by giving philosophy. Well, you saw the core values on the first slide. And a commitment to 5-star service. Yes, the vast majority of our reviews are 5 stars. And the vast majority of our business is repeat and referral-based business. These are the three secrets of the top 1%. Yes, the top 1% of real estate agents. And I'd like you to learn a dialogue. I'd like to suggest that you learn a dialogue. Now, use your own words for this, but the key to this dialogue is good, better, best. You might make a quick note of that. Good, better, best. When you're face to face with the seller and you're competing with the disruptors and the disintermediators and the discounters and everyone else they're thinking of talking to before they make their final decision, you have used a dialogue like this to break the tie. You have a choice of agents, Mr. and Mrs. Seller: good, better, and best. You see, they're all good. You at least have to be licensed and a member of the multiple listing service. Now, if you're talking to an agent who doesn't even belong to the multiple listing service, well, I think you're putting your equity at risk and in jeopardy. And some are even better than others. Remember, good, better, and best. Some are better than others. Why? Because they have joined our national association. It's not a union, it's an association. And it has bylaws, and we adhere to a code of ethics that protect you. So some are good, they're all good, some are better than others. But folks, for what you want to accomplish right here, today, in this market, there's only one best agent. And here's where you smile. And what a coincidence we would be together. That's right. Less than 1% of the licensed agents in North America have qualified for membership in the Master Sales Society. Each of us has made a commitment to continuous education. Some people get a little bit of education at the beginning of their career and never go back to school, because it's the hardest thing in the world for an adult to do. But I'm committed to continuing my education to stay current with technology, with marketing, with services that get your house sold. I also subscribe to a set of core values. You go through the core values. Always do what I say I will do, sometimes more, just never less. And to delivering world-class 5-star service. And that's where you direct them to your reviews. And work on getting reviews. Make a concerted effort to that. Turn it into a campaign. Make a goal for yourself that this year, 2020, this is the year you're going to get the word out to the world that you deliver world-class 5-star service, and define exactly what that means for your clients. Learn that Wickman method of dialogue selling, and that's what breaks the tie. Get all of these things going for you. First of all, get referral relationship going for you. Let's build those close personal relationships. Get that going for you. Get technology going for you. Yeah, everybody has access to it, but use the technology that you have. Build your skill of delivery at delivering that dynamic listing presentation, and add that to your natural talent and personality. Top it all off with your designation as membership in the Master Sales Society. That's what breaks the tie. That's what makes you unbeatable. They'll never want to talk to anybody else. They won't even need to. So here's my question for you. Variety is the spice of life. And we know that spice adds flavor, not substance. It's consistency that adds the substance. If you're thinking to yourself, good, better, best, oh my gosh, I could never say something like that. Well, that's what the Wickman method of dialogue selling is for. Repetition, exposure to it, gradual exposure, and it gets into your head and it gets into your heart. And you begin believing it because it is true. When you've been Wickmanized, they wouldn't want to work with anybody else. So if you're thinking, I could never, how do you overcome that, oh, I could never feeling? Well, there's two ways. One is to do it all yourself. Sure, personal experience. Now, you know what the problem with personal experience is. By the time you have enough of it, you're too broke or too old or too tired to do much about it. Yeah. Best way to do it is use other people's experience. Who's already done this? Who's already there? Who's already figured this out? And let me emulate them. Let me learn from them. And let me partner with them. Let's do this together. So I've got some very exciting news for those of you who are thinking, I would love to learn this Wickman method of dialogue selling so that I can compete for the listings and knock out the discounters and knock out the distractors, knock out the disintermediators, and keep my clients and my prospects loyal to me. The news is floydlivestream.com. If you don't happen to have a live Floyd Wickman program coming to your company in the next week or two, we're taking this program online and bringing it right to you, to your screen. Whether it's a phone, a tablet, a computer, you can do this in your office, do it at home, do it on the road. Take the Floyd Livestream Program. It starts next Thursday, February 13th at 10:30 Central Time. It's 90 minutes every week for 10 weeks. That's a 90-minute live interactive webinar. This is not just a sit and listen like today's webinar is. On the Zoom platform, we can do lots of interaction, so we do every week. And you get student resources. In addition to the 90 minutes every week, there's an audio review of what we covered. You get Floyd on audio. There's also a video review of what we covered every week, and there are student resources. If I show you a tool or a technique that's in Teachable, that's the platform where we store all the student resources, and you have access to all of that. Now, enrollment for Floyd Livestream is now open. It will stay open for 6 more days. The first 100 who sign up and enroll get in for sure. The Zoom platform allows us to have 100 people at a time maximum. Oh, by the way, it's $165 a month over the 3 months of the program. Here's what the website looks like. Go to floydlivestream.com and you'll see this. You can watch a promo video. And once you have, click on enroll in the course, and that gets you in. And I will see you all next week, Thursday, February 13th, 10:30 Central Time, and we'll begin the Wickman method of dialogue selling so you can compete and keep your clients and prospects. Thank you so much for being with me today, and I love you.